Keep a seat where the light won't reach. Whisper low so it sounds like peace. Lay your head, let the ceiling spin. You don't have to begin again. I've been here where the air goes thin. Saw what happens when you try to win. Better stay where the walls don't move. Nothing left that you have to prove. I pull you close till you forget what you wanted most.
I'm here. Check.
It's just the way of the world. Down in the dirt where the flowers bloom. It's just the way of the world. You'll feel the power of an empty room. It's just the way of the world. Just wait a moment and we'll start again. You are the current slow.
Check. Check one.
Every spark only burns you out. Every dream just a longer drought. I don't lie, I just dim the flame. Give your hunger another name. Call it calm, call it letting go. Call it all that you'll never know. If you don't raise, you don't fall apart. That's the safest way to break a heart. It's just the way of the world. Down in the dirt where the flowers bloom. It's just the way of the world. You'll feel the power of an empty room. It's just the way of the world. Just wait a moment and we'll start again. You are the enemy of my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend.
What is happening? Welcome to the show. Sorry, I'm a little bit late today. It's a chemo day. So summer's doing great, and thank you guys for all your love and caring and nice thoughts and all that kind of stuff. So, but we're good. So far, so good. Anyways, and I need to open a projector so I can see in my screen. There you go. And so his voice is his new weapon. It's true. I'm definitely into myself right now in a way that is fairly common. Also, what am I doing over here in the center? What's with that thing? What is going on? What in the ever-loving shizzle? Oh, I see. First of all, put myself behind this, front of the one, but after behind my GIF. There we go. And then we take me and we just go, whoop. Now you can read you. What the hell? I leave this set for one moment, and then the Dune people take over and start fucking with my entire setup. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, and I'm not going to allow for it. Okay, so lots to cover. Trump is doing a live thing here in Vegas, so obviously I'm going to rush right out and lap up every word because it will be new and exciting. Hell's a centrist. I was in the center. I'm practical. Call that whatever the fuck you want. Yeah. I have this crazy thing about me. Maybe it's a Libra thing. That I like shit that actually happens. You know what I mean? I would much rather, he who laughs last is just a hand in the bush, as they say. Thank you, Candy. So a couple of things. Trump is doing this thing. I don't know when he's going to start on this whole like no tax on tips, because apparently it was the waitress here, or somebody who told him that this was a thing, or came up with it and told him basically at Trump Tower, where she wasn't making shit. She only lives on tips because he didn't pay anything. And he was like, what a great idea. If I don't tax their tips, I don't have to give them a raise. It was like fucking terrible. Anyways, so he's going to be delivering remarks at a tax day roundtable here in Vegas as an excuse to take people from the government on our dime to his shitty property. So your tax dollars, thank you, Candy. $10 worth of love. Oh, well, it's worth plenty. Thank you. Basically he's just taking the American taxpayer dollar to his properties to keep them afloat. Because I don't know if you know this, but not only does he not own most of his buildings, but they're, by and large, they're all dumps. Literally, like they're fucking terrible. And he's like, in some cases, his name's on the building, but he's a minor owner. It's like he's just there. It's just a branding thing. And how long do you fucking think that'll last after he's no longer president? Exactly. All right. So, but you know how I've always said that never underestimate Donald Trump's ability to fuck up a free lunch. Well, Pete Hegseth is the first choice among a good group of what are leftover maggots. I think the Lindsey Graham crowd, by and large, that are going to, as far as their presidential choice next time. They think he's just macho and dumb enough. He's got all that Trump swagger, and he's been on the TV. So, yeah. But right about the time Trump is like in deep shit with maggots because he painted himself as Jesus, said it was a doctor, even though he's wearing a fucking tunic with Jeffrey Epstein's, hanging garments around his neck and da-da-da-da. And then he posts another one that looks like he and Jesus are expecting their first child. Like that doesn't look like a faith picture. That looks like a gender reveal. And then and then he picks a fight with the Pope, and everybody's like, enough. Like it's almost like he's like sticking bamboo shoots under the fingernails of a section of his followers. Because like I said before, if you have true faith, and you're a person of faith, and you believe in these things, his blasphemy doesn't affect your faith at all. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. It can't. Right? It's absurd. A non-believer, philandering, rapey dickhead like him going, I really believe it. I don't believe it, though. Like, how would that impact your faith at all? It's absurd. But man, it upsets the faux Christians on the right because he's their kind of Jesus guy, right? So, okay. So anyways, but they were nearing the end of it. Sure, he put out the Jesus gender reveal picture, and it was getting awkward again. And sure, the press is still asking him about why he's fucking with the Pope, and he won't shut the fuck up about it. Sure. But they're like, you know what? This will probably, something worse will roll in and help this to blow over. We'll announce a truce between Lebanon and Israel when there is no fight between Lebanon and Israel. Hezbollah it's like a civil war. They're like the South in the Civil War. So they're the ones fighting with Israel. Lebanon isn't. They're just like, we're going to do a ceasefire while you guys kill the guys we were killing. If that happens at all. So, like, again, Lebanon, the bombing was happening in Lebanon, but of Hezbollah, which has taken over half the fucking country. It's like the Saudis doing a truce with Yemen. They don't have a problem with Yemen. It's the Houthis. It's so stupid. Israel attacking anything in Lebanon, too? Well, the problem is the threat of Hezbollah throughout the state and where their support is and whether Lebanon's government was kept afloat by Iranian funds and therefore some of it goes this way and the corruption there is blah, blah, blah. But I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying it's stupid. Get Hezbollah and Israel in a room, then you might have something. You know what I mean? You think Hezbollah is participating? You think they're going to stop shooting? And do you think even though it's like Lebanon could go, that's not us, that's Hezbollah shooting at you. You think Israel will give a shit? It's so stupid. Anyways, everything is the entire thing is dumb. Ooh, it's hot. That's hot.
Dumb, stupid, dumb, silly, stupid, dumb, dumb, dumb.
It's stupid. Like like who the fuck are you having a peace treaty with? Remember the video volume? I will try, because some of them are a little funky, but we'll see. So this is, I want to give this a little moment. This is where, just when you thought you were out of the woods, like Trump took down the other picture, had somebody in his office take it. Actually, they took it down. They told him they took it down because Susie Wiles told him it was taken down. That's what fucking happened. We all know that's what happened. Stop it. And Susie Wiles went, I took the picture down because we're getting too much shit. And he's like, okay, whatever. I don't give a fuck. And then he went out and had said his little thing about being a doctor and made an excuse and yada, yada. And then they posted a repost, which gives him that little plausible deniability of him and Jesus having a gender reveal party. And people were like, well, at least he's not portraying himself as Jesus right now, just Jesus's side piece or some nonsense. And then, you know, even though he's picked the fight with the Pope, at least he's not declaring himself God. And then here comes Pete.
Speaking of choosing wisely, a note to the press corps, to the American media.
Why can't you guys suck up like I used to? Remember my job on the Suck Up Network?
As I just can't help but notice the endless stream of garbage, the relentlessly negative coverage.
I didn't think you watched your old network. Gotcha. Look out.
You cannot resist peddling, despite the historic and important success of this effort and the success of our troop.
Well, I got news for you. There is no success in this yet. Success is the outcome. The ability for the United States military to obliterate all of Iran is not in question. Never was. It's just a matter of how far you're willing to go. You know, most people, when they were even talking about like Iran's got a real military, we'd have a real fight on our hands. Whenever they were talking about that shit, the reason they were bringing it up is because we're going to have to keep ratcheting up what we do to a really fucked up level if they put up a fight like everybody says they will. But it doesn't mean we can't do it. It's just we would venture into the shouldn't zone of our weaponry, right? That's why. Nobody ever questioned the ability of the U.S. military to wipe out the entirety. We could genocide all of Iran. That's never been a question. It's that the rest of us, besides the 9 fucker psychopaths that are in the Situation Room, the rest of us would rather that not happen.
Troops. Sometimes it's hard to figure out what side some of you are actually on. It's incredibly unpatriotic. This same press corps, not...
the press's job isn't patriotism. It's just an honest reporting of the facts and the details of what's going on. They don't have a responsibility to go, but yay, America, at the end of everything. It's not North Korea, you dumb motherfucker. And that's the point. The freedom of the press is the patriotic part. The criticism is the patriotic part. That is them being patriotic, you stupid son of a bitch.
Not this exact same press corps, but at least an older press corps.
Yeah, because what, you don't have the nuts to call out the people in the fucking room? The fuck out of here. You absolutely mean people. Oh, and by the way, maybe he doesn't because he's broomed out all the normal news organizations and it's just fucking Newsmax and OAN and fucking some dickhead from Parler who's got a blog.
Bent over backwards during the Biden administration to explain away, you explained away the disastrous and disgraceful Afghanistan withdrawal.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks for reminding us that we did withdraw from Afghanistan under Biden, which Trump promised to do but didn't do and now says he would have never done.
Called it the greatest airlift in American history. It's almost like...
Because of the number of people and the volume of people and the time allotted that it happened in a dangerous situation.
You're cheering only for one side.
Yes, the people that worked with us and our people to get out of the country. As opposed to be left there because Donald Trump never intended to do anything about it.
This past Sunday, I was sitting in church with my family.
Yeah, not listening. Sorry.
And our minister preached from the book of Mark, the 3rd chapter. And in the...
You had an assistant sitting there taking notes.
Passage, Jesus entered a synagogue and healed a man with a withered hand.
And how'd he get that? Catholics?
The Pharisees came to watch.
Yeah, they're always hanging around.
And as the scripture reads, they came to see whether he, Jesus,
The scripture reads. As we read in scripture, as the scripture states,
would heal him, or he would heal him on the Sabbath, so that they might accuse him. You see, the Pharisees,
yes, tell us the story as if you are indeed the preacher yourself.
so-called and self-appointed elites of their time,
Now, I think that the ones, there weren't like every Pharisee. I think that specifically it was a group of deacon-like people who were officially church elders.
they were there to witness, to write everything down, to report. But their hearts were hardened. Even though
by God, actually, so it wasn't really their fault.
they witnessed a literal miracle, it didn't matter. They were only there to explain away the goodness in pursuit of their agenda.
And so, in case you're late to catch up, in this analogy, the reporters, the American press, who don't kiss Trump's ass are the Pharisees, and Trump is Jesus. And apparently, the girls' school is a withered hand that's somehow better now.
As the passage ends, the Pharisees went out and immediately held counsel against him, how to destroy him. I sat there in church and I thought,
What's the dumbest thing I could take away from all this?
our press are just like these Pharisees.
Fuck you.
Not all of you.
Not the ones that I've selected to only be allowed in this room. He's fucking got this weird, like Shatner-esque delivery now. Not what I asked you to be here in this room.
Not all of you. But the legacy Trump-hating press. Your politically motivated animus for President Trump,
Which is based entirely on his fraudulent behavior, his fake brand, which we all know is bullshit, his rapey behavior towards women and young girls, his lifetime friendship with Jeffrey Epstein that was basically like a second brother to him, his relationship with Roy Cohn, and the odd fact that his two best friends that he ever had are dead pedophiles, and that the guy escaped basically from prison with the help of Trump in the first term. Feel free to at me. That's what I'm sticking my flag in that one. I think that's how it goes.
nearly completely blinds you from the brilliance of our American warriors.
Why? What? Sorry. No one is blaming the Warriors. Come out to play. Nobody. This isn't about the Warriors. This isn't about the people carrying out the policy. They're not reporting on, like, no one actually in the press, legacy or otherwise, has written a like, Jesus Christ, our fucking soldiers suck. Not a one. Can you dig it?
The Pharisees scrutinized every good act in order to find a violation.
Well, I mean, he was claiming to be the Messiah when they had agreed that their Messiah hadn't come. And there were like 10 guys running around the Middle East at that time who were claiming to be the Jewish Messiah. And they were kind of working their way down the list. So,
Only looking for the negative.
well, what was the negative part? Is that guy, they thought hey, we just got done withering that guy's hand. Gary hit that guy's hand with a rock last week. It's supposed to stay that way. He's the guy who keeps jacking off in the fucking cafeteria. That's our punishment. We don't have a jail right now. So we smashed his whacking hand with a rock. And now you come in and fix it? Way to go, dummy.
The hardened hearts of our press are calibrated only to impugn.
Well, I mean, it is a critical job by its very nature. It's not, by the way, it's not their fault that you suck at propaganda and you're a terrible turd polisher. That's not their problem. Them reporting what you actually said and going, that's kind of fucked up, is not fake news. If it's fake news they're saying when they quote you, it's because you're a fucking liar.
I would ask you to open your eyes to to the goodness, the historic success of our troops, the courage of this president, and this historic.
Sorry, what's the courage part? Do you think he's afraid of any blowback at all? What's he scared about? What is he like? Well, it's dangerous, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to have courage in this situation. Why? Somebody else's kids might get killed, and I don't really like them or know them, and I think, poor kids are losers, and they shouldn't. They join the military to try and work their way up the economic ladder, and it's annoying because they start competing with my sons, who are both fucking idiots.
Moment for a deal that could end the Iranian nuclear threat. The incredible battlefield victory laid before your eyes.
Well, it isn't, because it's largely closed off. We're just having to take your word for it. Unless we're supposed to just watch the same, loop pieces of video they play on Newsmax.
The not one, but two incredible rescue missions, miracles.
You do realize that points out that we had to rescue some of our own fucking people, right?
You might say.
I might not.
Or a locked-in blockade. Or how about historic...
A locked-in blockade? As opposed to...
recruiting numbers. Yesterday, we announced that the Air Force and the Space Force met new, higher goals in FY26, 5 months in advance.
Yeah, boy, job security really does drive up those military numbers when the economy's taking a giant shit, right? I won't have to drive to work. I'll be in a barracks.
Of the end of the fiscal year.
By the way, post-COVID, there were so many, people had jobs. Now that those jobs are going away, the military looks real fucking good. It doesn't mean they're less patriotic for choosing it now or before.
5 months ahead of time. The Marine Corps and the Army will soon do the same.
Soon, very soon. You mean they've slowed down a bit?
2-3 years ago, we couldn't meet lower recruiting numbers, not even close.
Yeah, there were just too many private sector jobs that were paying well.
Where are the reports on that?
Why should they report on it? What's the number? We're a country of 340 million people. Sorry, you want a fucking cookie?
Where's the coverage of the new spirit in the country, the new spirit in the ranks, the surge?
Well, we don't know if it's spirit or just people wanting job security in the face of AI over the next decade, shithead.
Of Americans wanting to.
We also don't know if it's just a bum rush of white supremacists who are like, finally, we can have whatever Nazi tattoo we want and join. That certainly opened the floodgates, I'm sure, for people joining.
Join the greatest military in the world. Nothing from the fake news. We sense a pattern. You see, on the battlefield,
God, this is so tiresome.
these are demonstrations of uniquely American capabilities. Strength and resolve. It's all around you.
No, strength and resolve are not uniquely American capabilities. They might feel that way because they're non-existent in the cabinet and in the leadership.
You each and every day. But in the press, you only seek the negative.
Boo fucky who.
Earning each and every day the fake news label. But the American people,
according to the recent polls,
with goodness in their hearts,
well, and in their pants,
see past the Pharisees in our press.
God damn, get over yourself.
They see the goodness. You watching, you see the goodness.
Yeah, but not on this channel, obviously.
They see the success.
I am the goodness, you dumb motherfucker.
They see the reality. And they don't demand perfection. And perfection is not possible on
Excuse me, you're going to get rebuked by Trump again.
any battlefield. But they see the incredible feats.
By the way, the retreat to perfection argument is petty and weak and stupid. Nobody's perfect. That's why that line is in Dumb and Dumber. I'm sorry, Mr. Perfect. I guess you never make a mistake, right? That's what that is. That's how fucking lame the nobody's perfect argument is in a situation like this. Motherfucker, you bombed a girls' school. This isn't even close to perfection. This isn't even close to fucking okay. You had to threaten to blow up their electrical plants and every bridge in the fucking country and destroy their civilization to get them to the table. And they left anyways.
That our troops accomplish every single day.
Yeah, don't hide behind the troops, you fucking pussy. This drives me crazy. Stop dragging, like, you're making fun of these guys. You want to say that to them? Like, we're not talking about them. We're talking about the leadership, asshole. Suck it up.
So to those troops.
Fuck you. Nope. I'm going to say nice things to the troops if the press won't. Motherfucker, criticizing the president isn't criticizing the troops ever. You blazing weakling piece of shit. Hegseth just gets worse all the time. It's one of those situations where you're like, just how dumb this dumb. Okay, I'm going to reopen this page and see if have they started this stupid thing? Is Trump even there? No, I guess not. They're like, everybody's out there and then they're going to announce him and play the fucking song. Like, the whole panel is there. I'm assuming he'll sit right here. But I got to tell you, it's not a big turnout. Excuse me. Pardon you. He must be in Vegas. The orange dander always gets me. I don't want to, like, I'm not going to play the fucking music while they're waiting for him. It's Besant and whoever the fuck else. Yeah, we got time. He's not out here yet. I just want to come over and say hi. He's going to forget which side of the table we're on and all this stuff. And we got a while. All right. So I'm going to leave this. I don't want to leave it playing because it'll start and stop. But we'll check back in. If anybody can, thank you, Andrea. Bless you too. Hold on one second. Do I have, is it in here? Hold on. Yeah, it is. Take time or whatever. Since I'm doing it anyways. Cool it, man. Swan is war chief now. All right. Yeah, I have one. I got some Warriors colors. I'll fucking wear them. Can you dig it? This is what we fought all night to get back to. Play the bullshit song before we get started because we know. No, yes, absolutely. So let me before we get into that, we'll get into what he said on his little tarmac ramble right here. This is him talking to the press. I think on the way here.
Mr. Meloni, can you do something?
Mr. President, you had a conversation on the Pope. Mr. President, on the Pope. The Pope criticized people who, quote, manipulate religion for political or military gain. Do you think that he was talking about you, sir?
Very important the Pope doesn't say things about politics.
Manipulate religion for political or military gain. Do you think that he was talking about you, sir?
It's very important that the Pope understands. Very, very important. It'd be nice not to say it.
Okay, but you're going to anyways.
Iran killed 42,000 people that were totally unarmed. They were protesters. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. If they did, every country, including Italy, where he's stationed, every single...
Yeah, but how do you solve that problem by saying we're going to wipe out your whole fucking civilization and threatening to blow up their power plants and their bridges, which affects largely the public? Here's a good idea. While you're in Islamabad meeting with them or whatever, why don't you lock the doors and threaten to kill those guys if they don't sign the deal and leave the fucking public out of it?
Single country.
It's always interesting how the leaders are always playing fucking dice with everybody in their countries. And I don't know.
The world would be in trouble. So we're doing very well.
Sorry, the world's not in trouble right now? Have you? All right.
With respect to that, having to do with the whole situation on Iran, the blockade is amazing. It's holding up very strong, very powerfully.
Yes, so we've used the blockade to turn back tankers which have no guns on them at all.
And I think we're making a lot of progress in that But the Pope has to understand Iran, very simple. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. The world would
Yeah, we know that. We thought you obliterated it last year, shithead. That's the point.
be in great danger.
Mr. President, would you meet with the Pope to even out your differences? Because Catholics are torn.
I don't think it's necessary.
No, if the Pope shakes his hand, it always burns. Also, real quick question. What the fuck is going on with your head? What's this wing over here? That thing. What is the fucking Chevy flare that you're doing over on this side that's been there a few times, which looks like you fell asleep in your chair and woke up and they didn't do anything about it? That's what that looks like to me. I'm going to go with chair head, as it were. And then this business up here, I don't know what the fuck that is. He normally has this kind of like Benny Hinn tidal wave, the tsunami comb over thing. But now it's just, there's nothing left.
Mr. President, you spoke with Prime Minister Modi just a couple of days ago. What was the conversation like? What is it that is on the table now?
I had a very good talk with him, and he's a friend of mine from India.
Oh, that's where he's from. I was wondering.
And
He's a friend. So you met in India when you were kids? He's a friend of yours from India? When you were stationed over there? When you were in the army? You went over there to study and learn about other people in different countries?
he's doing great. We had a very good conversation.
So many details, though. Slow down.
Are you considering extending
That was the whole question. He's a great guy. I know he's from India. I don't know if you know that.
the ceasefire with Iran?
Oh, Trump has arrived at the other thing? Okay. Let's see if he dips into any of this shit. Here, I'll fast forward to this business. Yeah, they're playing his song.
Dum 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 dumpin' dum 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 stupid dumb silly stupid dum dum dopey dippy dum dum stupid really dumb.
Dum 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 stupid dumb silly stupid dumb dumb dopey dippy dumb
Hey,
dumb
don't
stupid
question me
really
about his.
dumb.
This is his playlist.
Silent, really afraid. If yonder quail lead, it's never been.
Dumb dumb stupid dumb silly stupid dumb dumb dopey dippy dumb dumb stupid really dumb moron.
Very, very popular song with the children.
Dumb, dumb, stupid, dumb, silly, stupid, dumb, dumb.
He's dancing to it. Look at him.
Dumb, dumb, stupid, really dumb.
Yeah, so these are the.
Dum 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 dum.
He's staying there the whole fucking song.
Dum dum stupid dumb silly stupid dumb dumb dumb. The eluded dumb dumb. Oh, hello there. Dum 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 dum.
He's a genius, eh?
Dum 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 dum.
That's it? Like,
Dum 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 dum. Dum dum stupid.
they're all just standing there for the whole fucking song. Sit! Jesus Christ.
Dumb dumb stupid.
This is
Silly
moronic.
stupid dumb dumb.
Okay, now it's over. Fuck me. Wow, you actually did stand for the whole fucking song. Sorry, when Trump signed his deal with the devil, what did he use Lee Greenwood's pen? Is that what this is about? That he's got to just stand there for that whole fucking song every time? Can you imagine if Joe Biden came out at a situation like that and just stood there while they played, I don't know, fucking Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix. The whole song, guitar solo and all. Hey, Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? I shot her. Good God.
Thank you, Lee. Isn't he great?
He's not here. He didn't sing that live. That's a recording.
That's such a great opening.
It's such a great opening, especially when I play the whole song and just stand there like an absolute asshole.
Well, we love you too. We got a lot of people here.
Not that many. No, it's like 100. It's gone are the days of the giant rallies. You're not even trying. Did you see the TPUSA with Vance? It's going to suck, buddy.
We got a lot of great people here. Thank you very much, and thank you.
Let me guess. The huge line outside, and people have been waiting for days. And if you could see the line, it's around the block, and everybody wants to get in. Would you want to give up your spot to let them in? No.
Thank you for allowing
And there's a lot of fake press back there. Wow, look at the fake press. Anyways,
me to win this state by so much. It was.
It's not going to happen again. It's going to be a bad midterm in Nevada.
I wouldn't say the competition was the toughest, but it was competition nevertheless. And we appreciate it very much. And we're going to be talking about no tax on tips. We're also talking about the fact that everybody is looking at their tax return. They're getting tremendous amounts of money back, much more than they thought. But it's great to
Literally, the entire audience is like employees at Trump Tower.
be back in a place I love, Las Vegas.
Really? Why do you love it? What do you love about it? Where have you been other than your own building? If you ever even fucking go there.
Did a lot of business here. We had great success here.
Yeah, by not opening a casino. It's one of the few places where they have a lot of casinos where I didn't open one. So there's no, I don't have any emotional scars about watching it collapse, even though, how do you fuck up a casino, right?
Before politics, it was fantastic. And this is the birthplace of a little idea known as no tax on tips. This is the birthplace. A young waitress came up to me
Yeah, it's the same fucking bullshit story.
during dinner and she said, "Sir, we should have no tax on tips." I said, "What?" Say it again. "We should have no tax on tips." I said, "That's the greatest thing I've ever heard." I walked outside to the fake news media. I say, "Ladies and gentlemen, there will be no tax on tips." That was it. It was not an expensive consultant. Las Vegas is the home of the largest concentration of tipped workers.
Hi. The Venmo and the Super Chats and the bits on Twitch and stars on Facebook all count as tips. Because it's not salary. I'm fucking busking up here. So if you want to support the show, it's a great way to do it. The Venmo thing, YouTube doesn't take a chunk of that. It's interesting that I get taxed on tips by the platforms I'm on, but I get to stream here for free. So yeah, it gives it or whatever. That pays for it a little
Anywhere
bit.
in the country, anywhere in the world, actually. And thanks to our tax cuts this week, thousands of Nevada waiters, waitresses, casino dealers, bartenders, bellmen, barbers, caddies. So I love those caddies. They're very good if you have the right caddy.
If you have the right caddy, so you don't like all of them.
And valets receive the biggest tax refunds of their entire lives, and you see it. And I just want to say you're welcome. You're welcome. No, it's all over. There's so many, even in the fake news, where they have these different. You always want to watch the enemy a little bit. You don't want to watch too much. You want to find out where they're coming from, and they come
Yeah, that's what my show's all about, shithead.
from dark places.
Yes, you do.
Even there, people are saying, "Wow, this is really amazing."
Harris said it as well. Sorry, it's not that big a deal.
It's a great, big, beautiful bill that came in, and
The only difference was if a Democrat proposed it, Republicans would shut it down. But since you did it, they had to let it through, even though Democrats have been for it for a long time.
we should call it the great, big, beautiful tax cut bill.
Yeah, because big and beautiful don't work or something, or I don't know. You're the king of branding.
That's really what it is. Other things also, but regulations, but it's
Yeah, tip your Supreme Court justice on the way out. So Clarence Thomas is doing well.
really the tax cuts are enormous. So
Does lobbying gifts count as tips? As long as they happen after the vote or the case.
It's just such an honor. I want to thank Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent for joining us. Scott, you know, he's become a big star.
Yeah, you heard the applause and you're like, okay, he's got the... All right, I know my people told you guys to applaud at everybody, but...
He walks down the street and the people are screaming, Scott, Scott.
And then following it with, fuck you.
Can we have your autograph? I mean, what I did, I created a monster. He's a monster now. That's
He was a monster before.
terrible, but he's doing a great job.
Thank you, David.
Senator, oh, look at Tommy.
Hi.
Where's Tommy Tuberville? Where's Tommy Tuberville? Tommy, the great Tommy Tuberville, Senator from Alabama. Thank you, Tommy. Nevada Lieutenant Governor Stavros Anthony. Thank you, Stavros. Clark County Commissioner April Becker. April. Thank you, April.
These are people who are going to be asking for a pardon while he's visiting.
Thank you very much. State Senator Kerry Buck. Thank you.
Thank you for having a name. It's easy for me to say and no foreign names.
Thank you, Kerry. Assembly.
Stavros is as far as he goes, but that's easy to remember because of Stavros Mila, the sheep herder in Everything You Want to Know About Sex, but we're afraid to ask, who brings the sheep to Gene Wilder because it's fallen out of love with him, and Gene Wilder has the affair with the sheep. That's his name is Stavros.
Woman, Lisa Cole. Lisa, thank you. We have a lot of power here today, huh? This is big stuff.
Yeah, totally. It's great. Yes, the comptroller.
And many others. We have a lot of people out there. I better not name them all because, you know, we're in all these. Look
You got bored. Somebody's name on there had too many consonants in it.
at all the television back there. Isn't that terrible? So much.
So much television is terrible.
Last summer, thanks to
What? You're supposed to say fake news. Look at all the fake news back there. Now it's just like there's a TV on back there. Isn't that terrible that I can't just watch it and fuck this off?
Republican majorities in the House and Senate, I signed the great big beautiful bill, the largest tax cuts and many other things for working families in the history of our country. It was actually, we added about 19 different bills. We were going to do one at a time or maybe two or three, but I said, let's just do them all at one time.
Yeah. The thing that Republicans were complaining about all the time, giant budget bills, giant appropriation bills. Remember that whole talk about that they were going to break it up, vote on everything individually so that nothing they didn't want to go through would have to go through. And yet there was so much fighting amongst Republicans. You had to slap together one of the biggest bills in history because there was enough must pass in there that you could squeak by anything else you wanted.
And thank goodness we did because the
Ask Chip Roy about this piece of shit.
Republicans are out there fighting hard for a lot of good things like no men and women's sports, like no open borders. You know, we have the safest border we've ever had. We have the safest communities. We have the best records. One thing that's always
The best records? I have most of my LPs are upstairs,
tough
actually.
to say because it sounds sort of weird, but
All of this sounds weird.
we have the least number of murders that we've had in 125 years, all the way back to 1900. Doesn't sound nice, you know. There's no.
You're right. It would be much better if we had more murders, but they've been going down since 2000. So what are you going to
Nice
do?
way of saying that, but it's back to 1900. But every single American at every income level has more money in their pockets this week because of the.
No, their expenses have gone up and are eating all of it.
Republican tax policies.
These tax return, like everybody's tax refund basically went straight into the pockets of Trump's favorite corporations. And they get to write off anything they buy. I'll give you a good example. If you buy a car for work and you want to write it off with Trump's whole, business write-off, and it's for work, it has to be more than, I think, 6 tons or it doesn't count. It's got to be like 60,000 pounds, I think. Which would be for 3 tons or whatever. 3 would carry the food. Anyways, 60,000 pounds. It has to be 60,000 pounds or you don't qualify. What if you need a smaller car for what you do because you're just a briefcase and you drive around and it's your work car, but you don't need to haul shit, but you do need it for work. You can just stay the fuck home or ride with your partner or your friend or whatever, take the fucking bus, but you need a car for work. You buy a brand new car for work so you can get where you're going. Unless it's gigantic, it doesn't count.
And we got to win the midterms. If we don't, these policies are going to be taken away from you. The taxes are going to go through the roof. Look at these. Look at.
So if you lose the midterms, Democrats are going to take the House and the Senate. They're going to raise taxes, and you're going to sign the bill. You're going to sign. I guess bullies are easy to bully, I suppose.
The states, these blue states, what is going on there with taxes? Look at what happened in Virginia. A person, we had a good governor there, and somebody got elected that she's gone crazy. She's gone totally crazy. Look at New York. I mean, he's a nice guy. Calls me all the time, says hi. But his policies are no good. He's chasing people.
Sorry, he calls you all the time to say hi? And you what? Chit chat with Mom Donnie?
Out and causing a lot of
No. He gets through.
Harm to everybody. I mean, everybody's taxes are going through the roof. After 4 long years of brutal inflation under Biden and congressional Democrats.
Well, it was coming down to the inflation was caused, of course, by COVID, which was actually supply shock, not monetary.
Democrats, you deserve every single penny that you're getting now because you had to suffer. You suffered.
But yeah, everybody does in a fucking pandemic, you tit. I'm going to show you something. I did a little homework, as it were. Let me open this up, and here you go. I was doing a little research because I was like, I got to check on, I want to check my numbers, okay? I want to make sure that, let's see, I'm going to open this, and yeah, here you go. It was pretty cool. I went through and I was like, I'm going to check my, how do I download this? Yeah. Download it. There we go. Go with that. Excellent. I go to here, take this, open it. Why is it opening in Audition? What are you, weird? Why would you open it in that? No. Force quit. Open is it? No. Okay, take this. What are you doing? Okay. Yeah, I know that. Open this. Quit it. It's not an audio file, you weirdo. Okay, I'll just show it on. I was like, checking my numbers. I was like, what's the actual cost of COVID if you bear it out? What was the cost to the economy and lost revenue and all kinds of other stuff? It sort of in total, and it was the conservative number is $14 trillion. The kind of top number is 22. I'd always put it at 20, so it was nice to be right again. I'll show you this. Hold on, I'm going to close this. So I went through and I was like, I need to check my numbers on this. So I was like, okay. I was like, is it 20 million after all this? And okay, the 20 million figure is right in the ballpark. Thank you. Thank you. Here you go. The hard GDP loss estimates, narrow accounting, from 2020 to 2023, cumulative U.S. GDP was about $103 trillion. Without the pandemic, it would have been 117. A 14% gap in inflation-adjusted terms, or roughly $14 trillion in lost output. So $14 trillion evaporated from the economy due to COVID. Okay? And then I added something. I was like, oh, you left something out, you smarty pants, Claude. You'll see. Okay, a USC study published in Economic Modeling estimated COVID cut $12.2 trillion from US GDP through the end of 2022, with losses expected to top $14 trillion by the end of 2023. When you add mortality, health, and mental health costs, which is broader accounting, the NIH and JAMA analysis by Cutler Summers estimated total cost of more than $16 trillion, or roughly 90% of annual US GDP was destroyed by COVID. Okay? Combining lost output with monetized value of deaths reduced quality of life. The Institute for Progress reanalysis found the total still around $16 trillion, with a range of $10 to $22 trillion. So there's $22 trillion, $10 to $22 trillion hole in the economy. How much stimulus money? Anybody How much stimulus money in actual dollars, not just like loans, that are grants that had to be paid back, or or loans that had to be paid back, and actual quantitative easing. Anybody know the number? Because I was reading it high. I was being far too fucking generous. I was saying 9 for a long time. Remember that? Because I realized what was happening was I was stacking two of the same overlapping bills, the extensions of something. So it's actually about $6 trillion. The U.S. government tried to patch a minimum $10 trillion hole and a maximum $22 trillion hole. It's more than likely around $20 trillion, a $20 trillion hole with $6 trillion. And all these money printer go burr motherfuckers can eat my shorts. So specifically, here's where the $20 trillion number floats in. Specifically, $20 trillion sits at the high end of the credible range. It's reachable if you include, and I do, lost GDP, monetized mortality at standard of life, meaning people who died and lost their businesses that would never be and never will be, and people who lost their head of household and all that shit. That's $8 to $11 trillion on top of that, even if you're conservative about the actual measurable cash lost, okay? Long COVID disability costs. Do you think normally they throw that shit in? No, they don't. Education loss, 0.8 to 1.7 trillion. All the people who couldn't go to college, they were coming out of there, or delayed college, therefore delaying business, therefore delaying their earning years, right? And the mental health burden that had to be handled afterwards was about 1.6 trillion. Problem is these categories overlap and double count in some models. The pure GDP loss number 14 trillion and the total social cost, including lives lost number 16 to 22, are measuring different things. It shouldn't simply be added. And I'm not. That's why I'm not claiming it's $36 trillion. Bottom line, it's defensible, but arguable. I'm fine with that. That's the high end of it. Okay, high end of it. And I was like, how much direct investment did the U.S. government, this is my follow-up question, the U.S. government inject into the economy in actual cash through the two rescue packages, 20 and in 21? Good question to nail down. Two main packages. The CARES Act was a $2.2 trillion bill. 2.2. I estimated that higher. The American Rescue Plan was a $1.9 trillion bill signed by Biden. There was also a $900 billion COVID-specific relief package tucked into the December 2020 Consolidated Appropriations Act signed by Trump. So the lion's share of the money printer go burr shit that everybody complains about, driving up prices and causing inflation and all that shit they were talking, when it was really fucking supply shock, but we'll leave it there. Over $3 trillion of that money came out of Trump. 1.9 was signed in by Biden. Running total, about 5 trillion authorized. 5. There's also, so the 5 trillion obligated, approximately 1.8 trillion went directly to individual and families. So only 1.8 trillion dollars went into actual human beings. Like just direct payments to Americans. So, a fifth of it, like a quarter. Let's just call it a quarter. If you go up into the 6, 844 billion in stimulus checks, 666 billion in enhanced unemployment compensation, and that's if they took it. Businesses received approximately 1.7 trillion, largely through the 835 billion Paycheck Protection Program, the PPP, which is famously the loan system that Marjorie Taylor Greene got a bunch of money she didn't deserve and used it to run for office. She funded her campaign with her PPP loan that she never paid back. And 349 billion in economic injury disaster loans. That was a big chunk of it. State and local governments received 745 billion. Healthcare received 482 billion. Other industries received about 288 billion. This was through the states and buying fucking medical gear and shit like that. But there was nowhere near 6 trillion or $9 trillion, as I used to say, put into the economy. We're talking about 3 in actual cash that was like, this is cash we're going to borrow into existence. Okay. The direct citizen numbers specifically was 931 billion from April 2020 through December 2021. That was the rescue packages. Okay. Critical caveat on the 4.1. The total budgetary resources allocated to COVID relief was 4.6 trillion. However, most of the spending is not at net economic cost. It was a cash transfer from future taxpayers to people today. This was borrowed money. This is crucial. That this was not, the money printer did not just go burr. It created debt. And everybody knew this. And that's what you do if your house is fucking, if your roof is busted, you need to take out a loan to repair it, or the next rain that comes along, your house won't be worth shit. It's worth it to preserve the value of your home. That's an emergency expenditure. That is worth taking out a loan on. Okay. Of the 4.2 trillion already spent, 3.8 trillion was cash transfers, and the rest was direct purchase of goods and services, consuming around 0.5 trillion in real resources. And I love how it's like the punchline. All right. The U.S. government injected roughly 4.1 trillion across 2 flagship packages and a third 900 billion package. Okay. Then I was like, hey, since those funds were actually from debt, logically, the interest should be added to the cost of COVID. Right? Right? Because that borrowed money costs us money until we pay it off. And when do you think we're going to pay that off? Yeah, never. Okay. Your logic is not just correct. Thank you very much. And by the way, I do not have this thing trained to kiss my ass. It tells me I'm wrong all the time. I make sure they do. Your logic is not just correct. It's how serious economists should frame it. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to the world where the only serious economist is a fucking comedian with his own economic policy, wearing a Warriors vest and a Luke necklace and a fucking symbol of his own making. All right. The relief spending was 100% debt financed. That debt doesn't disappear. It carries a perpetual service cost until retired. That obligation was created by COVID. Therefore, it's COVID's liability. Here's what the actual numbers show. The fiscal response to COVID totaled 5.6 trillion in federal tax cuts and spending. The primary ongoing budgetary effect going forward is increased interest payments on that additional debt. At the CBO's projected average interest rate of 3.1%, the interest rate on that 5.6 trillion roughly is about $170 billion a year. Every year, indefinitely. Interest costs have nearly tripled since 2020. In fiscal year 2024, interest became the second largest federal expenditure, behind only Social Security, surpassing both Medicare and national defense. 2 compounding factors drove this: the 4.6 trillion in COVID spending financed by new debt, and the Fed rate hikes starting in 2022 to fight the inflation that the spending itself helped cause. By the way, I think is doing a lot of work here. I would argue that this was supply shock and the Fed overreacted. And that's why Trump's doing his whole too late thing. And that's Bessent getting in his ear going, we don't have a monetary problem. I never get tired of being really fucking good at this. All right. Meaning COVID relief directly triggered the conditions that made servicing COVID debt more expensive. The compounding problem. COVID caused its own interest hike. Running the math, at $170 billion a year in perpetual interest costs on COVID origin debt, over 10 years, it adds $1.7 trillion. Over 30 years, it adds $5.1 trillion. That's on top of the $14 to $20 trillion in direct economic damage. The honest total cost framing, thank you very much. That's what I would prefer. Direct GDP cost, $14 trillion. Mortality and health and mental health costs, $2 to $8 trillion. Government relief spending, $5 trillion. Interest on the relief debt, $5 trillion. Realistic total range, $26 to $32 trillion because of COVID. Don't make me do the world economy. Because I'll fucking do it. I'll fucking do it. So the $20 trillion was actually a conservative number if you include what the government borrowed on America's behalf to partially offset the damage and then charge the interest on it forever. And I love it goes, the cleanest way to say it on your show is COVID didn't just cost us what we lost, it cost us what we borrowed to soften the blow, plus interest possibly forever. And I said, please don't tell me how to talk on my show. I don't mind you summarizing with analogies like this, but I never need words put in my mouth. Just FYI. And it said, noted and fair point. Won't do that again. And then I asked for an infographic that showed that. And then it collapsed for a moment. And let me show you what it made. This is the infographic. True cost of COVID. Projected total liability, 30 trillion plus. Here's the COVID economic damage, 14 to 20 trillion. government 5 trillion, interest costs 5 to 5.1 trillion, cash to citizens only 931 billion of that 30 some odd trillion dollars. You're only going to see 931 billion of it. Or you only did. You're not even going to see it in the future. That happened. That ship has fucking sailed. So 25 cents on the dollar per dollar of damage. So we tried to solve $1's worth of problems with a quarter by borrowing that quarter, and it's going to cost us $5. 170 billion in annual interest rate COVID debt. 2 times damage versus the Great Recession. It's double what the Great Recession 2008 cost us. And 20 times the damage to the economy from 9/11. So, while the lovely and talented assholes like I don't know, fucking what's her name? Let me move this out of the way. Candace Owens are chasing down fucking Egyptian airplanes. Yours truly was checking his math. And by the way, I ran that on 3 different ones. I ran it on this last one because that's where I was going to make the graphic. I don't ask just one. And by the way, mine, if you'll notice, whenever I use AI on my stuff, if you see me using it, you will also see that it is set to cite alongside its answers where it got its information from. Committee for Responsible Tax Policy, Federal Budget. There you go. To the Tax Policy Center, CBS News. It's not just fucking hallucinating. I insist that it gives the details. And this asshole, also, I guess, for any of the maggots that are watching, gave us Operation Fart Steve.
Captain's log.
Right? Which you guys are like, the jab and the fucking pharmaceutical companies made out like bandits and blah, 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 blah. Well, whose fucking idea was that? The guy who bought a bunch of fucking Pfizer stock right before it happened?
The highest inflation in the history of our country.
No, we didn't. The highest in 60 years, and it was caused directly by supply shock from the fucking pandemic. It wasn't Biden's economic policy. Biden was about as responsible for that inflation as Obama was for the 2008 crash.
Under Biden, Sleepy Joe.
Shut the fuck up, you dopey bastard.
He's the worst president we've ever had by far.
But he managed to pass an infrastructure act that you couldn't fucking do. Why is that?
Average refund.
He also, you had to actually threaten people in the Republican Party to stop him from passing comprehensive immigration reform. Bipartisan comprehensive immigration reform. It was going to pass, but you had to call and shut it down. Had you not, it would have been handled. You intentionally hamstrung that process so that you could give contractors federal tax money for shit we will never use for even ICE.
The average refunds this season's over $4,000. And here in Las Vegas, many workers have reported refunds of $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 or more, and they've never had anything. It's all from no tax on tips alone. So
now try and get your shit through in reconciliation with a deficit like that.
And then don't forget.
How song requested. Wonder Mom. Which song would she request? It's my 54th. Oh, happy birthday. Well, Wonder Mom, happy birthday. Hold on, I'm not going to do it with his fucking face on the screen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Wonder Mom. Happy birthday to you. And many more, as many as you want, no more than you want. Maybe you live as long as you want, never want as long as you live. That was amazing. So amazing. So there we go. Yeah. So back to this.
You have no tax on Social Security for our seniors. A lot of seniors out there. And you have no tax on overtime. You know, this state covers them all. You have the seniors, you have the overtime, but you have no tax on overtime. You have
Sorry, what state doesn't have seniors in it?
no tax on tips, and you have no tax, think of it, Social Security. So those three things. And, you know, one other thing that we have that nobody talks about.
All right, what else that nobody talks about that you talk about incessantly?
But we've done a lot in the bill. If you have a small business or if you have a farm, you have no inheritance tax. You have no death tax. It's a big thing. You know, people go out and they would borrow money, especially the farmers. I mean, they go out.
There was already protections against that in the fucking last 3 farm bills, shithead.
And they leave their farm, and the farm is valuable, but not a lot of cash. They live good. They wouldn't trade anytime. And they go out and they get a bill for taxes for the farm. The parents leave the farm to the children. The children go to the bank. They borrow a lot of money. They mortgage up the farm, and they end up losing the farm. They go bankrupt. They commit suicide in many. It's a horrible thing that went on. You have no
Who gets the farm when? Oh,
death taxes now. You have no inheritance taxes.
gee, I can't imagine why his family's for that.
And seeing his take-home pay.
It's just for farms, though? Just a way to protect the farmers? You're just trying to help the farmers out?
Skyrocket. A bellman at the nearby Paris hotel reportedly said words that
Please try not to spit on the actual paper while we're watching.
no one has ever uttered before. God bless the IRS. Can you believe it? I've never heard.
Again, what's going on with your hair?
I've never heard that before.
The left side seems relatively normal. The right side is fucked up.
We have to patent that. We have to do something.
Yes, you should patent words. I think that's a great idea. I wouldn't patent, God bless the IRS. You're not going to sell a lot of those T-shirts. But I have some ideas. You could patent. Yeah, because nobody's going to want to use that. You could patent.
When they gaze upon Yosemite.
I shouldn't give him any ideas because he'll probably try to patent.
Potatoes and chicken.
All right.
Earlier this week at the White House, I met a wonderful woman named Sharon Simmons, a grandmother driving DoorDash to help support her husband's cancer treatment. She's got serious cancer. He's going to be okay, I think.
You think? Did you lay hands on him? Was that him in the picture?
Delivered McDonald's to the Oval Office. It was a little bit of a, to be honest, it was a little tacky. They come up with these crazy ideas like McDonald's, although...
Who? Throw him under the bus.
That was the biggest ever.
You did it. Own it. If it's tacky, don't do it. If it's stupid, don't do it. Don't blame your fucking staff, you wuss.
On Google, they say number one ever, and the garbage truck. We do these things in politics. They're a little embarrassing.
A little?
They're a little tiny embarrassing, but we do them. And
they're a little tiny embarrassing. And not as much as sort of removing word from sentence. I can't even do it. Shit. I had a hard time removing one letter from that last sentence. Listen to this shit again. Hold on.
They're a little embarrassing. They're a little tiny embarrassing, but
they're a little tiny embarrassing. But enough about your penis. Hold on. No, that's the wrong one. I think it would probably be. That's it.
Do them and you win by landslides. It's one of the. So we got to keep doing them. No, we got to knock on the Oval Office door. This did not happen. That's the first maybe in the history of the Oval Office. And it was a very beautiful woman.
Yeah, they saw it. What's more cringe than actually presenting that as an idea? Doing it. You know what's even cringier than that? Saying it sucks, blaming your staff for coming up with stupid things, and then explaining it after, like telling the story of the thing that was shit.
I'm standing there with 2 big bags of McDonald's.
Yeah, they saw it.
Hamburgers. And I say, is this really believable? But the point of...
No, it's not believable.
It was, she made $11,000 that she had no idea was coming and it was really great. It turned out to be really great. So, as part of our tax cuts, we also included no tax on overtime. And, one of the things, though, that I think is so great, we have something that's never happened before. It was an idea that I thought up. I went to Scott. I went to some of our people. So when rich people do something, they always look for deductions, right?
Yeah, they do. Them.
Always deductions. They have deductions and everything. And middle class and middle income people, poorer people, they don't get they don't think in terms of deductions. So I said,
Because they don't get any.
buy a car that's American made, give a deduction on the interest you pay on the loan that you used to buy the car. And everyone said, oh, that's good. It sounds simple, but it's never been done before. And you have that too. So when you go out.
Yeah, but they don't pay enough. They don't make enough to actually get any money back. It's a deduction, but it doesn't amount to anything.
And you take a loan on your car, you deduct the interest. It's a big deal for people. Never.
Sorry. And for the year, which is what? Especially in the beginning, like you don't pay interest for 6 months on a lot of car loans so they can move them.
Happened before. You would think it was sort of basic. I thought it was so brilliant when I thought it. But the truth is, it never happened before. And nobody mentions it, but it's a very big factor. And it's having a huge impact on our car companies, which are expanding like never before.
No, they are not.
We're selling more cars now.
Thank you, JD Christie.
A lot of it has to do with tariffs. You pay no tariffs if you come here. If you don't come here, you pay a lot of tariffs. And
Oh, if you come here and make shit, I guess. If you move here, foreigners move here.
we're raising those
It's exactly what Tucker and these guys want.
tariffs very soon. Not on you, it's on people from the outside that don't build their plants here. We have now hundreds of billions. We have.
Sorry, yeah. Most Americans know we don't pay tariffs on what we make and do.
Actually, $18 trillion being invested in the United States because of a lot of reasons. But
Another thing. Little piece of news. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. What's starting this month? CBP is launching the CAPE online portal on April 20th to accept refund claims for certain Trump-era tariffs that the Supreme Court struck down earlier this year. The system is meant to consolidate refunds for importers into a single electronic payment system instead of entry-by-entry checks. Government filings and press reports say only specific categories are eligible. First, mainly IEEPA-based tariffs, which is almost everything he did. Unliquidated entries and entries liquidated within roughly the last 80 days, which is basically when most of it actually kicked in. Refunds go to importers of record who or their customers' brokers, not directly to consumers for tariffs that were ruled unlawful. Yeah, because a lot of them had to eat it so that they wouldn't lose their fucking customers. That's what the whole Target and Walmart and stuff were eating those costs. They get that money back
because of tariffs.
Primitive.
Because of tariffs. If they sell their product into our country, they have to pay tariffs. If they make that same product here, they don't. So they're
they pay taxes. And in some cases, the taxes are higher than the tariff.
coming in. I'll tell you, pharmaceutical companies are coming in at levels that nobody's ever seen. We're
And still never seen.
having our drugs made here, or prescription drugs
Yeah, because of fucking COVID legislation under Biden.
being made here.
Yeah, because we have to for national security. They're not moving here. AstraZeneca's not opening a fucking jab plant in the United States, you fucking weirdo. And again, try to sell that to maggots.
Which is something that's very important. So our tax cut for overtime workers have already been claimed by more than 26 million Americans, and America's finally had the president, the kind of president who believes in them. I believe in rewarding you for the great work you've done, the great job you've done, and for having to suffer for 4 years of embarrassment. Our country was an embarrassment.
No, it really wasn't.
Our country A year ago, our country was an embarrassment.
You mean when you were sworn in? That track.
And all over the world, they laughed
A year ago. What was the big thing? Pam Bondi's binders? What was a year ago this week?
at us, and they don't laugh anymore. They are not laughing.
No, they're horrified.
They're not laughing anymore.
No, before you could laugh. Now it's like, ugh, this is fucking terrible.
I don't think anybody, just ask those. I don't want to be a wise guy. I don't want to speak too soon, but we do very well. You notice that we're doing very well. And
what? To who? What do you?
I don't think anybody, just ask those. I don't want to be a wise guy. I don't want to speak too soon, but we do very well. You notice that we're doing very well. And I will say the war in Iran is going along swimmingly.
Swimmingly. Yeah, especially in the mine Strait of Hormuz. I think what he meant was, I don't want to be a wise guy, but we're doing better than the leadership of Iran, who we killed.
We can do whatever we want. And it should be.
You know what? I agree with you guys on one point on a lot of points, let's be honest. But I agree with you that just wearing this vest, I'm like, when are they making Warriors the musical? And where do I sign up to play Swan? All right.
Should be ending pretty soon. It was perfect. I mean, it's perfect. It was the power we have, our military. We have the most powerful military anywhere in the world. I built it 4 years, my first 4 years.
That's so fucking weird.
And we're still building it.
So it's not built. So past tense would be built.
Building it. We have the best military. We have the best equipment in the world, the best.
Yeah, that's the thing about living in 2026 instead of, say, 1926.
Rockets and anti-rockets, if you...
Anti-rockets. How do those work? Rockets and anti-rockets. I mean, he was the best of rockets. These were the worst of anti-rockets.
Best equipment in the world, the best.
The anti-rockets are awesome.
Rockets and
anti-rockets.
Rockets,
He literally said anti-rockets twice.
Perfect. I mean, it's perfect. It was the power we have, our military. We have the most powerful military anywhere in the world. I built it 4 years, my first 4 years. And we're
rockets and anti-rockets. I think we've got another drop, CSL.
Still building it. We're building it. We have the best military. We have the best equipment in the world, the best rockets and anti-rockets. If you look at the...
Sorry. Anti-rockets.
Way we shoot. We had 111 rockets shot at one of our ships. I won't name the ship, but it was a beauty.
It was 101, but he added 10 just because the number one's in there a bunch of times. So if it's in there twice, it's in there 3 times. Who gives a shit?
And out of the 111 rockets shot,
101.
All 111 rockets. And these things move at about 3,000 miles an hour. It's not like,
no, they're not.
You have plenty of time to think about
These
it.
were not, there weren't 111 hypersonic missiles, shithead.
Every single one of them, 111 were all shot down. Think of that.
Think of that. Boom, boom, bing, bing, bong, anti-rocket, shapow, clapping.
Shot down. They're laying at the bottom of the sea.
So we just dented them and they sank?
So needless to say, it was a ship that they...
If it's needless to say, then you needless say it.
They're laying at the bottom of the sea. So needless to say, it was a ship that they were shooting at. But
yeah, you said that in the beginning part of that, but it's been a long time. It was like 13 words. So that was years ago in fucking Trump brain time.
We've had it. We had 101. We had 101. And then...
Yeah, that was the 101.
2 days later, we had 111.
No, you didn't.
Every one of them was hit.
No, you didn't.
That's the equipment that we have is incredible. There's never been anything like it. So addition to...
Sorry, the Iranians still have hundreds of missiles to fire at us?
In addition to no tax on Social Security, over 51 million seniors now pay. Seniors are loving me, and I love them. Of course.
You are one.
Of course. Of course, I'm not a senior, so I cater to the seniors, but I don't happen to be a senior myself. Thank you very much. Over 51 million seniors
That's him trying to make a self-deprecating or a self-aggrandizing age joke.
now pay zero federal tax on Social Security income. 51 million. And they never saw that happening.
Yeah, the Republicans are going to use that to lower their money so that, hey, you remember that, like, we used to take 10%? We're just going to take what you get. And instead of, refunding that 10%, taking that 10% or whatever, we're just going to not give you that 10% anymore. That's the goal. And they want to shrink how much that is. That's literally why.
And when I went to him and I said, how much would it cost for about 50 to 60 million seniors not to pay tax? He said, sir, are you kidding? This was Scott. They said, let's do it. Go ahead. And you know what's happened? The economy is doing so well. By the way, we had to do a little...
Yeah, the economy's doing well, but it's not doing well right now. But it's only because of this, not because the other fuck-ups, the tariffs and...
journey down to Iran. And I didn't want to do that, but we had to because we can't let
Sounds like you did.
them have a nuclear weapon.
Yeah, I thought you handled that last year.
Can't let them have a nuclear
It's the same shit.
And, we just hit 50,000 on the Dow. I don't know if you people know what that means. 50,000.
No, they're stupid workers. These are people who get tips. They don't know what the Dow is. How would they know what the Dow is? I mean, it's only the fact that that E-Trade turned into other services like Robinhood that allow the average person to buy into the stock market that drove it past 35,000 in the first fucking place.
On the Dow is unthinkable. They said,
no, it's not.
At the end of his fourth year, maybe, but more like...
Who they? Who? Cite somebody. I've never heard anybody say this. Basically, I think they said if it hits 50, this motherfucker will fuck it up. That sounds truer.
Likely fifth or sixth year.
The sixth year.
Fifth or sixth year. That sounds good, too. But remember, the hat says 4 more years? It drives the Democrats crazy.
Well, yeah, because it's a constitutional violation. It's against the law. And that would be you breaking the law. And we don't have kings in this country. We fought a fucking Revolutionary War to keep dynasties from running the fucking country.
It drives them 4 more years. 4 more years. I have to laugh at that one.
Yeah, I have to laugh because they didn't. And also, they were supposed to start chanting it, and they didn't. So, I don't know.
They go crazy. What a bunch of lunatics they are.
Why? Because they think you mean it? Don't worry. I know you're full of shit.
We want to get along, and we aren't bipartisan, but after a while, you say these people that just, they don't want to pay our ICE agents. They don't want to pay our security people.
Our security people?
They don't want to take care of our border.
Yeah, they do. That's why they had a bill to do exactly that. That's why you had to add all that funding that was in it to the big bullshit bill.
They want to have open borders for everybody. They want to have men
in women's sports.
Playing in women's sports.
Nope.
Think of it. Men playing in women's sports.
Again, this is what you think is going to fix your issue with affordability and the Iran war and the Epstein files. 0.05% of the populace. You're just going to dunk on them. And you think this is going to get you through? Look at the fucking dopey grin. His brain is fucking cottage cheese.
It's got to be a 95 to 5. Maybe it's a 99 to 1 issue. And I saw a guy today on television,
No, you didn't.
Democrat that I know.
No, you didn't.
He's trying to justify men playing in women's
No, he didn't.
sports. He's trying to...
As months ago, you're saying the same shit that you said happened that day. It's the exact same story. I think this is from the fucking campaign.
To justify open borders.
Sorry. He wants...
He's trying to justify men playing in women's sports. He's trying to justify open borders.
So that men can play in women's sports? He was just going through your checklist magically? Who is this magical Dem that you've seen that just proves you right about some random bullshit?
Yeah.
Also, for the record, if I may...
that was just bullshit, Joel.
In case you were wondering.
This is some bullshit.
Yeah.
We see through it.
All right.
No, we don't. We can't let them back in. They'll destroy the country. They'll just.
Yeah, like fucking Obama's saving the fucking economy from a depression and Biden getting us out of a fucking COVID and Afghanistan.
Destroy our country. But millions of retirees like.
Also, by the way, our country, he should just put the word club on the end of it. That's what he means. It makes a lot more sense when he's like, if we let those people back in, they'll destroy our country club. Like that makes it sound so much more real.
Those here in Nevada.
Yeah, he's definitely high on his own supply.
And it's a very important word, Nevada.
Oh my God. If you say it wrong.
Don't ever say the other way. I'm not going to say it because they'll say it.
Because you did that the last time you were there?
I won't say it the other way because they'll put it, he said, you lose the whole state. Yeah.
What's the other way? You can't remember, can you?
I don't know. It sounds pretty good the other way, to be honest with you. Some people, but
don't say it the other way, even though it sounds better. It sounds fancier. Nevada. Oh, Nevada.
Nevada is beautiful.
Like MAGA.
And seeing an average deduction over $7,500 this year, which is incredible. The great big beautiful bill is filled with tax cuts Americans are only just beginning to discover. So the tax cuts turned out to be larger than anybody thought, even us. I mean, we didn't think it was going to be as much, but people are getting much more. It's come from that. And the Democrats don't know what to do because they used to ridicule it, the great big beautiful bill. And now they're saying, don't mention the words. Just don't.
You're the one changing the name, you dumb motherfucker.
Don't talk about it because.
No, that's Chip Roy you're thinking of.
It's been great, but we got to keep it. We have to win the midterms. We virtually eliminated the so-called, so many taxes. We have like 19 different taxes in all different forms that we eliminated. And we dramatically expanded a thing called school choice, which is a big deal,
Dramatically expanded it. Sorry, what's 100% of zero?
We made homeschool expenditures, the homeschoolers. Do we have any homeschoolers here? Right?
Oh, I guarantee.
Very good. Congratulations.
Yeah, one of the people on the dais.
Homeschool.
The dais, beg your pardon. Mm-hmm.
Expenditures tax deductible. We created the brand new Trump accounts with Michael and Susan Dell. The Dell family. They're great. What a great family. But he put up $6.25 billion. Namely, he did a good job in life. He's putting up more. He came to me with the idea with some of his friends.
I'm sure he's not going to make any money off of it. I'm sure there aren't management fees that over the lifetime of the program, considering it is attached to the entire lives of people, that they won't make their money back 16-fold. For real.
His wife is.
He didn't, again, he put $6 billion into the program. Did he donate that money? Or does, yeah.
Fantastic. But
hold on one second. That's a good question. Just checking something. One second. Go move on for a moment.
By the way, and he said, these accounts where children will grow up, and by the time they're 18 or 20 or 21, they could have $100,000. I mean, they may be poor, and they'll have $100,000. What a big difference. So I just want to thank the Dell family. It's great. Buy their computer.
Buy their computers. All right, hold on one second. Let's see. Who manages? One second. Okay.
I said, how did you get so rich by doing computers? He said, well, in college.
Wait, that was a question? Sorry, what?
I said, how did you get so rich by doing computers? He said, well, you know, in college, I was good at computers. I'd just sit on my bed, I'd make computers, and people would buy them. And he never stopped. He never. Computers, how did you get so rich by doing computers? He said,
How did you get so rich by doing computers? Does this asshole not know how anything works today?
well, you know, in college, I was good at computers. I'd just sit on my bed, I'd make computers, and people would buy them. And he never.
I would just sit on my bed and make computers and people would buy them. I'm sure that's a direct quote. Okay, sorry. BNY Mellon. 1 second. Let's see. Let's see.
Never stopped. He never stopped. Sort of an amazing story if you want to know the truth. But we have a $1,000 contribution for every newborn child. Think of that. 5 million have already been opened. It's been incredible. People are going out there doing it. Some are buying it for many other children. Some are taking some richer people are taking lots of people under their wing. We have one man that took the state of Ohio, and he's
Les Wexner?
obviously pretty rich, and he's made the contribution on behalf of so many children.
Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Okay. The other one. All right. So the Trump accounts are managed by Bank of New York Mellon, BNY Mellon. And so all the money goes there and it sits in accounts. And until it's spent, they can do whatever the fuck they want with it as long as it doesn't go away. And it's insured by the FDIC up to $100,000. So even if they fuck around and find out on your dime, the kids' Trump accounts are spent and fucked up, the U.S. government will sweep in and pay for it anyways. That said, Vanguard Group owns 10% of it. BlackRock owns 7.5%. State Street owns 4.5%. And Berkshire Hathaway owns 3%. And the rest of it is publicly traded. This would be okay. And then, and Robinhood is in charge of the functional app part of it. So if you use Robinhood to trade stocks, I do that because my girlfriend's kid during COVID took his relief funds and invested them because I think he was turning 18 at the time or something like that. He was in college, and he took those funds and he put them into a Robinhood account. Vanguard owns 11% of that. Institutional investors hold about 65% of the company, big companies. And let's see, across the end of the Joint Concentration Program, so BNY Mellon around here. Excellent. Okay, the interesting question, none of this coverage seems to be, yeah, that's what I wanted to know. Who profits? Whoops. Sorry, 1 second. I can type. So all those companies, Vanguard, Berkshire Hathaway, all those guys, make money off the Trump accounts. I know you're shocked. Okay. The long game is substantial. Robinhood, real play generation Compass Point, noted Robinhood can profit from both trustees and guardians before and after Trump accounts converted into standard IRAs, an opportunity significantly more attractive than 401k rollovers. Can also cross-sell other financial products to the Guardians and minors, with Compass Point noting the company's target user base of millennials and Gen Zs is already closer to prime parenthood age than Schwab's average account holder. So it locks them into Robinhood and pulls them away from that. The hidden revenue streams, no, he's talking. Okay, beyond the obvious, let's see. Lending securities. BNY Mellon's cut. They take custody fees for holding the assets. Standard institutional rates not disclosed publicly for this program, but they are the warehouse, and warehouses charge rent. The 18-year payoff. The program is designed as a low-cost user funnel. The real upside is in future portability. Accounts become portable to other custodians after launch, opening a new competitive front. The financial upside is function of execution and future monetization. The bottom line, U.S. government seeded the accounts. Dell donated $6.25 in charitable money. Parents contribute about $5K a year. Robinhood gets 25 million people's first ever investment relationship, plus 18 years of float, plus the inside track on converting those accounts into full brokerage accounts when those kids turn 18. That's a customer acquisition cost of essentially zero, paid for by taxpayers and Dell.
It's really turned out to be amazing, actually.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure we're not going to unpack that and find all kinds of fingers in the pie.
And we made interest on new car loans deductible, which I told you it's a big deal. I think it's really something, but only if it's made here. And that's only if it's made in America. And we're proud.
Oh, that's both places?
Proud to see it being made in America.
Are you in America right now?
You know, we used to have, when I was growing up, it would say made in.
Excuse me. I see no evidence you grew up.
Everything made in America. It meant it was better. And then over the years, it disappeared. We brought it back. And
no, you didn't. You brought it back in your first term, and then you gave a lot of cutouts to excuse it so that if like 3% of it was made with shit from America, if it was just assembled here, that counted. Biden tightened those numbers, and you loosened them again, stupid.
We make great products now. Today, when you see made in America, today.
Sorry. Let me get this right. You're saying that up until now, if it said made in America, it was shit.
When you see made in America, you know, it's, generally speaking, I think it's a better product. This tax season.
It didn't used to be? Fuck you.
Over 1 million Americans already deducted their auto loans and their auto interest. Think of that. And they're saving a write-off. They're having a write-off of over $2,000, sometimes much more.
Nope. Just that number. You can't just triple it.
And you get a full write-off. It's pretty amazing. Together, these brand new cuts and deductions in the Republican bill have been claimed by nearly half of all tax filers. So in one form or another, more than 50% have taken advantage of the things that we put into the bill. By the way, we have a lot of other things other than that. We have incentives. We have the expensing for businesses. And
yeah, if you want to take a bunch of dudes to the strip club and call it a night out for business, cha-ching, we're back to the 80s, baby.
The expensing is such a big deal. You have a business, you're allowed to deduct it immediately as opposed to over 38 years and other things. And to me, that's one. We had the best economy in the history of our country in my
No, we did not.
first term.
No, you didn't.
And we're blowing it out now. We're blowing
Yes, you are blowing it up now.
it away now.
You're blowing it away. It was there, and then you just blew its fucking brains out.
And despite our little diversion.
It's a diversion now. Yeah.
Despite our little diversion to the lovely country of Iran, lovely place, but we had to do that because otherwise bad things could happen, really bad things. So we've
Sorry, bad things aren't happening right now?
sent out, and I think you're going to see some incredible results, you know, for those people that question it. You're going to see some, the job we've done has been amazing. The ships
Yeah, mission accomplished.
are out there today, and they're saying, don't come here, don't even think about it. And you have these massive tankers saying, let's get the hell out of here. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Sorry, a warship threatens a tanker and the tanker decides to beg off and go home or stop in the water. And we're supposed to be impressed by that? I mean, this is a guy who thought it was awesome blowing up fishing boats from fucking space.
But we've sent out $30 billion more in refunds than at the same time last year. And employees who adjust their withholding levels now will see an immediate surge in their take-home pay. For the remainder of 2026, you're going to see a big surge. The numbers are really
Sorry, employers?
tremendous, and that's why I'm out
I think he means employees.
here. If they were bad, I wouldn't be here today. I'd be sitting home watching television, I think.
Probably.
We can never forget that
Can you please just do that?
every single radical left Democrat in Congress voted to deny the American people these life-saving changes. They voted for tax increases. They wanted your taxes to go up. I've never seen it before. You know, all my life, I've been sort of always interested in politics.
Right. It's almost like they want to pay down the debt so that it doesn't cost more people in the long term.
I did it before. I decided to do it a little while ago, not too long. But I've never seen it before. It always was, I'd watch.
Yeah, it's weird that they're doing something you think is politically untenable and yet valuable.
Politicians for 30 years, 40 years.
That sounds like courage to me. Telling people it's going to cost more for the standard of living that we have, and we're going to have to do it bit by bit. We're going to have to raise taxes. And of course, what he means is raise your taxes. He means the other billionaires on the fucking stage with him.
We will lower your taxes. We will lower your taxes. These are the only people, the Democrats now, the modern day Democrats. We will raise your taxes. And I just don't think it's winnable. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little old fashioned, I guess. But they voted
just old
for the largest tax hike in history. The Democrats just voted for the largest tax hike in history.
No, they were going back to the pre-2018 numbers because of the hole you cut in the deficit.
Democrats in Congress caused this, you know, the inflation.
By the way, by saying that Democrats want the biggest tax hike in history, it feeds into the myth that he gave you the highest tax cut in history, which he didn't.
The fake news gets on me. You know, I have to be very accurate when I speak because they'll say,
when?
He's exaggerated. So the real number is 48 years. That inflation's the highest in 48 years. I don't believe that. I think it's the highest in history. But they say, he said history, and they say, but I'm okay with 48 years.
Then say fucking 48 years.
48 years is long enough. What do you think? But the real number they say is 48 years. I believe it's the highest inflation, and they caused it. And they then...
Also, that's during Reagan.
Wanted to raise your tax. So their tax raise that they wanted was more than $5 trillion.
Yeah. Per citizen.
Which to each person is probably about $4,000 or $5,000. And they wanted to raise your taxes.
No, it doesn't go that way. People who it's definitely a progressive scale.
The great big beautiful bill also slashed taxes on millions of American small businesses, including restaurants,
God damn, dude, swallow.
Cleaners, corner stores. What is a corner store? I've never heard that.
Holy shit. You're kidding me. You're fucking kidding me.
Including
You've never heard corner store.
Restaurants, dry cleaners, corner stores. What is a corner store? I've never heard that term. I know what a corner store is, but I've never heard it described, a corner store.
Yes, you have. What the fuck?
Corner store. I've never, including.
Sorry, in the same breath, he says, I don't, what's a corner store? I've heard it called a corner store, but I've never heard it called a corner store before.
Restaurants, dry cleaners, corner stores. What is a corner store? I've never heard that term. I know what a corner store is, but I've never heard it described, a corner store.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, again, at this point,
Oh, hello there.
What in the world? We're getting a ton of drops today, CSL. Holy shit. That goes right up. I mean, I think that goes right up there with.
Heard that Saudi Arabia and Russia will repeat.
Will rip it, dude. Oh, what is a corner store? I've never heard it.
Stores, including restaurants, dry cleaners, corner stores. What is a corner store? I've never heard that term. I know what a corner store is, but I've never heard it described, a corner store. Who the hell wrote that, please?
No one?
And more. As of today, over 12 million small business flyers have paid nearly $7,000 less in taxes. So
I don't know what the fuck that was. Honest to God.
on average, your small businesses are paid about $7,000 less. That's a lot for a small business, in large part thanks to our cuts today.
Because they've made less, because they had losses because of the tariffs. Small businesses had to write off their tariff costs.
Economy is booming.
They didn't make money. They were in the hole. We had a massive amount of bankruptcies last year. That's why they paid less in taxes on average.
Our economy is booming. You know, you don't read about it.
Because it isn't true?
You don't see it so much because
it isn't true?
Of what's going on in Iran, which is...
Yeah, that's what it is. Just eating up the cycle. Holy shit.
It's really, you know, it's been 2 months. I mean, 2 months. You've been...
Yeah. Remember when it was 6 days and then it was 3 weeks and then it was just going to be a month and maybe a couple more weeks and now it's 6 weeks?
In other wars for 18 years, 4 years with me. I'm in there for a month. Well, he said he'd get out a month. Did you see where I did a list last week? 17 years in Vietnam and 5 years in...
You're not out yet, you dumb motherfucker.
Afghanistan and more, much more than that. And all these different places. And I said, we were in there for 2 months. And you know...
Sorry, after we were in there for a month, you said we were in for 2 months and it's only been 6 weeks. So we're going to be in for at least 2 more months?
Well, we're going to have victory very shortly.
Very shortly.
This is not...
I thought we already had victory. They don't have a nuclear weapon. It's obliterated. Like their entire system's obliterated. Their leadership is dead. They got no navy. They got no rockets or anti-rockets. They've got all their ships are at the bottom of the sea, including the subs, which are supposed to be, I suppose. They've got no radar. What is victory then?
And against a very tough, smart country. These people were fighters. And, you know, I don't want to claim it before the fact, but they have no Navy left.
I don't want to claim it before it's happened, but let's just say they have no Navy left.
158 ships at the bottom of the sea. 158, think of it.
Yeah, I'm going to go that you're stretching the word ship.
150. I got angry. I said, why didn't you save them? We could have used them.
That's so fucking weird.
You know?
Yeah, why didn't we take their women, too?
They would
I'm sorry, I don't want to give them any ideas.
rather shoot them than save them. I said, what the hell? It's only money. But some of them were good. They had one name.
He means the converted yachts that they use. They've got these ones that dock over top of them, and they're actually based on a yacht design that they just bought a bunch of yachts because douchebags in Dubai make a bunch of yachts. So they bought those and use them for military purposes. That's why he wants them. He's not talking about the battleship.
The Soleimani, you know what the Soleimani? We took him out. He was the worst, one of the worst terrorists in the history of this country, this world. They killed many of our people. Many of our people have been killed. When you see a young soldier mostly going around without legs, without arms, with their faces so badly injured, it was Soleimani that did that. The roadside bombs, they were just terrible. He was the father of the roadside bomb. We killed him.
So, again, what the fuck does that have to do with why we're in Iran right now?
And that had a big impact on Iran. That had a big impact on...
What, it made them want to nuke faster? It sped up their nuclear program? What the fuck are you talking about?
Because he was, I think it maybe would be a different story if he were around. I mean, he was a horrible person, a horrible human being. He was
well, it takes one to know one.
Mad genius, but...
He was not a mad genius. What are you talking about? IEDs aren't special, you dipshit. And the proxies, he didn't invent the fucking idea of an improvised explosive device.
Probably would have been more difficult. We still would have won by fast. But
we would have won by fast. I agree. We would have won the war by not eating. We would have won by breakfast last week, but we haven't because we decided not to. But we could if we wanted to. We would have won by fast.
Genius, but it probably would have been more difficult. We still would have won by fast, but it would have been...
Okay, he's decaying as the speech goes on.
Not probably as fast as it has gone.
It would have been fast and anti-fast.
In the report released last week, core inflation was down to the lowest level in 5 years. And very shortly, we're going to be probably 8 or 9 years. Don't forget, we're having some fake inflation because of the fuel, the energy price.
Sorry, it's fake? All right, I'm not paying those prices then. I'm just going to pay what they were a couple years ago. Call it a day.
Which everybody said was going to 250. We were talking about that, Scott.
Notice that was 200 and now it's 250. It was 140. Then it was 200. Now it's 250. They said it was going to go to 250. People were saying $300 a barrel. They were saying like you were going to that was really going to be black gold.
They said $250, $300. I mean,
see the number just fucking just add on to it. Shit. Just say 400.
Today, what was it? It finished at $89 or $90, right? And that's in the, we haven't settled yet. Maybe we won't, but I think.
Maybe we won't.
I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
I'm not.
But think of that, how well we're doing, and we have this.
Sorry, we're doing well because oil is up 50%, but it's not up to your magic made-up fucking straw dog number.
A lot of people thought that inflation would be through the roof and the stock market would crash. Well, we just hit an all-time new stock market, so.
No, we didn't.
It's amazing.
No, we didn't. What are you talking about?
I had people. We have.
When? What are you talking? When it was 50 before it went down?
Consultants, great guys that we both know, we see, and they're very talented. Sir, if you do this, fuel is going to go to $300 a barrel.
Nobody said that to him.
Barrel, right? One guy.
One guy.
In particular, who we like a lot. But I said, I don't think so. I think we're going to be good. We always find a way.
What was it, Eric?
Now you got to find a way. But, sir, don't do it, sir. $300 a barrel. It's going to be a wild thing. It's going to be horrible. The depression is going to happen. Well, not going to happen because we just hit a brand new all-time high. Then fuel's at 89. It's actually a lot lower than that. A lot of.
Hold on. Just for the record.
This is some bullshit.
All right.
Areas, but let's not get.
Sorry, it's lower in some areas.
Fuel's at 89. It's actually a lot lower than that in a lot of areas.
What other areas? It's the fucking market, weirdo.
But let's not get away from, let's see what happens over the next week or so,
Yeah, let's not get away from,
I think you're going to be very impressed.
I'm not.
And if you are, vote for the Republicans in the midterms, okay?
What if you're not?
But
I'm pretty sure the people that are there are going to do that anyways, or you wouldn't have let them in the room. Is this the one where he picks out somebody out of the crowd and starts pretending he knows them?
But the king of Saudi Arabia, a very smart guy,
said we're the hottest country and we're going to be dead and it's a dead country.
$2 trillion we have.
No, he didn't.
Qatar.
In Jared.
We have UAE, Saudi Arabia. The king of Saudi Arabia, they invested trillions of dollars in our country. And they
invested it?
He said to me a year and a half ago.
You were a dead country, now the hottest country in the world. Gee, it's almost like he was blowing smoke up your ass and you can't notice, you can't tell.
I was with him. He said, 2 years ago, you were...
Jesus Christ. It's like listening to the same drunk at a bar tell stories about glory days. Has some little young girl's eyes, glory days.
Dead country. Everyone thought America was finished. We were a laughing stock with a president that couldn't walk up a flight of stairs.
I've seen you try to walk downstairs. It's not a pretty sight.
No, he was so horrible. I mean, it's not even funny. It's like he was horrible. he allowed 25 million people into the country.
First of all, how many? And also, no.
It's like he was horrible. He allowed 25 million people into the country, totally
No, he didn't.
unvetted and unchecked. And, that's a tough, we're still getting
Trying to find them.
them out. And
Yeah, where are they? Why is that so hard? There's 25 million people who barely had time to settle in. Where are they?
we had 11,888
Over fucking decades, those are the people who are in prison.
murderers, 50% of whom murdered more than one people.
More than one people? Okay.
188 murderers, 50% of whom murdered more than one people. Let it
That's the math.
into our country. They emptied their jails into America. But the king said, 2 years ago, you were a dead country.
He said 2 years ago. At the time, a year and a half ago, he said 2 years ago. Sorry. So you're updating the quote to now, even though you're telling a story from a year and a half ago.
And now you're the hottest country anywhere in the world.
Maybe he means 2 years from now?
Look at us. We're the hottest country in the world. So pretty good, right?
Says who? A rich third generation douchebag?
So to talk more about these incredible things that are happening, I'm going to
shit.
ask really a respected guy, a great guy too. He's difficult. This guy. He's difficult, but he's great. And when he speaks, the whole market gets soothed. When I speak, the market goes a little jittery.
Yeah. Because you're having difficulty forming sentences and you have the nuclear codes. I think that might be reason for the jitters.
Say, Scott, go out there, clean it up for me,
Oh, thank you, Candy, so much. Oh my God.
Scott. But no, he's a fantastic guy. And Scott,
Really, you don't send out Navarro?
I'm going to say a few words, and then we're going to hear from a few of the people. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Officer, Cruz Littlefield, the co-founder and CEO of a local nonprofit called Power to Parent, Aaron Phillips.
Oh my God. Just basically it's like a row of QAnons.
Bartender and makeup artist, Erica Cassell.
2 jobs, uniquely American.
And a longtime culinary worker, Nicole.
A longtime what worker?
Makeup artist, Erica Cassell. And a longtime culinary worker, Nicole Williams. And then we're going to hear from a few others. We're going to go pretty quickly. But Scott, you want to say a few words, please? Thank you.
All right. I give a shit what fucking Bessent's bullshit is. He's just going to reiterate how awesome Trump is and everything's awesome and awesome and awesome and awesome. And then over time, he's going to, yeah. And then he gave credit to Trump because he's the greatest shit ever, blah, blah, blah. And then
Party is because of policies like this. So thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott. Before I introduce, I just want to say 2 things to me very important. So,
yes, very important. Here they come.
right now in this country, we have more people working than at any time in the history of our country.
Yeah, but not per capita, not per person, just because the population's higher.
Think of that. And also, that's pretty good. And, while in Europe and a lot of other places, they're looking for oil, they're looking for gas, they want gasoline, they're having a hard time. We have a lot.
We don't have a lot. We use 19 million barrels a day. We produce 13.5.
So at this moment,
Real quick, one second, if I may. Just clarifying something. Okay. I'm sorry. I was underselling it. Production. The U.S. produced 13.6 million barrels per day in 2025, the highest in history, driven primarily by the Permian Basin, which alone accounts for 48% of total output. That would be the shale revolution that started under Obama and has grown ever since. Consumption. The U.S. consumed approximately 20.6 million barrels per day in 2025, the highest in 18 years. The gap, 7 million barrels per day short of domestic needs. But here's where it gets complicated. This is part of the politicians routinely misrepresent. U.S. refineries need about 16.5 million barrels per day of oil at 90% utilization. About 60% of the crude running through U.S. refineries is domestic. The rest must be imported. So we import 40% of the crude that we use, because most U.S. produced oil is light sweet, while many U.S. refineries were built decades ago to process heavy sour crude from the Middle East and also from Venezuela. Retooling those refineries would cost billions and take decades. So the U.S. simultaneously exports roughly 4 million barrels a day of its own oil and imports roughly 6 million barrels a day of heavy crude it cannot domestically replace, which still comes up 7 million barrels short of total consumption. As one University of Texas petroleum engineering professor put it, at the very least, I would not say that we produce more oil than we consume. The we're energy independent claim is technically true only in the accounting sense of net petroleum product exports. It masks a structural refinery mismatch that keeps the U.S. physically dependent on foreign oil crude, regardless of how much it produces. If you really wanted to solve the internal versus external thing, you would, I guess, finance the retooling of refineries. I've been undersized. I apologize. I had my numbers at 19. We're apparently up to 20.6 million barrels a day of oil that we consume, and we produce 13.5. The reason we still sell some of it overseas is not because we have too much or that's the overage. Fuck, this is dumb. Why does, well, I was about to say, why does nobody bring this up to him? There's so many, get in fucking line, I guess.
Right now, we have more oil production than Russia and Saudi Arabia by far. Russia and Saudi Arabia put together.
No, we do not. Russia produces 11. So does Saudi Arabia. We produce 13. That's not double that. And it won't be double that next year.
You add them up together.
No, that's not true.
And by next year, it will be double that amount.
No, it will not. We're not going to double our fucking oil output in a year, you fucking weirdo. That'll never happen. It's insane. It's fucking goofy. I don't even know why his people, I mean, like it matters. I was about to say why his people allow him to lie about it, but who gives a shit?
So it's pretty amazing.
It's pretty amazing that you allow those words to leave your fucking face.
Those two facts. More people.
They're not facts. They're fucking fantasy.
Working than ever before. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Officer Cruz Littlefield, please.
Mr. President, thank you so much and welcome to Las Vegas. My name is Cruz Littlefield. I'm a local police officer.
Okay, I'm not going to go into the local people because they're going to kiss his ass. And
founder and CEO of a local nonprofit doing really well called Power to Parent, Erin Phillips.
Power to Parent? Just one? I'm a parent. Is it me? Did I win? It's called what?
Called nonprofit doing really well called Power to Parent.
Huh? Power to Parent.
Oh, hello there.
Okay.
Erin Phillips.
I'm right here, actually.
She's over there.
I'm Erin Phillips. It's an honor to be here as a mom and a founder.
Okay. Also, I'm not going to fuck around with individuals. They're not elected. I don't give a shit. He's going to rush through these other people. They're almost done. They all get to say like one thing and then he's going to move.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you very much. Bartender and makeup artist Erica Cassell.
She's over there.
Hi, President Trump.
She waved at you earlier, shithead. Okay, and then she gets to say 2 words.
Culinary worker, great person, Nicole Williams. Thank you. Thank you, Nicole.
Wonderful person. Where is she? All right. And then she says something. Like they barely get to squeak out something because he just rambled the entire fucking time.
Tax credit.
Mm-hmm. Just, it's another like fucking ass kissing.
Good job. Thank you, Nicole. And, you know, just in wrapping up, a man who's been with me, I think every event I've done out here, is your lieutenant governor, highly respected. He's really a good man. He's been to every event. Stavros Anthony. Stavros.
I'm done. I'm just closing the fucking folder. We're not even calling on the other people. We ran out of time. Say something, and then and this whatever, and this guy, and who cares? And then you're awesome, and that's it.
So I just want to say this is a special state. It's a special place. We've done so well here. I have so many friends here. It's been
like who?
And it was great before I ran for politics. Ran for
politics,
and right up till this moment, and even this event, there's a lot of love. There's just such love.
He's turned into a Vegas lounge singer. There's no love today. You know, I tell the kids today, where is the love? We gotta love one another. Ooh, ah.
And, you know, those 3 things, but especially here, but really here, it's all 3. It's
what 3 things?
It was great before I ran for politics, ran for office, and right up till this moment, and even this event, there's a lot of love. There's just such love. And, you know, those 3 things, but especially here, but really here, it's all 3. It's overtime, right? And it's, you take a look at the tips. The tips are, I don't even know which is the biggest. You could probably.
Holy shit. The 3 things being the past, the present, and the really present? That's what he means. What the fuck? Hold on, back up.
We've done so well here. I have so many friends here. It was great before I ran for politics, ran for office, and right up till this moment, and even this event, there's a lot of love. There's just such love. And, you know, those 3 things, but especially here, but really here, it's all 3. It's overtime, right? And it's, you take a look at the tips. The tips are, I don't even know which is the biggest. You could probably take a poll.
Okay, so the 3 things are overtime, no tax on overtime, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security. That's what he's trying to get back to.
And it's Social Security, no tax on Social Security. Who would think? And when I did it, it was a pretty big number. Could I ask you, which is the best of the 3? No tax on clap. No tax.
No tax on clap. You know what? In Vegas, because hey, sometimes what happens in Vegas follows you home and requires a trip to the doctor. Let's be honest.
Social Security.
It's gonna be the same for each one.
That's not bad. Okay, ready? No tax on tips. No tax on overtime. You know, I think Social Security won. Hey, so much for no tax on tips.
Yeah, fuck that up. We put the whole wrong banner up. I totally misread this room. The hell was I doing here? I did this whole thing on no tax on tips, and all these fuckers care about is no tax on Social Security. Bunch of old people out here.
Social Security. Hey, I just want to thank you all. We love you all. The country is doing really well. We're respected all over the world. We are respected, I think like never before. Thank you. I think like never before.
More like never.
And thank you all very much. God bless you all. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Oh, shit. Like, what do you think? Is it going to be, are they actually going to play YMCA? You think so? Let's see.
Thanks, Evers. Great job.
Yep.
I love that feeling. Zipper hoods have got the goods. Owie, owie, oh. Butts and tongues and vests and thongs. Ooh, I love that feeling. Zipper hoods have got the goods. Owie, owie, oh. Boink, boink, doobie-doo. You know what I wanna do. Yay! Boink, boink, doobie-doo.
So-
You know what I wanna do. Bust up.
Hey, anybody notice the death grip on the end of the as he's going down the stairs, and that they have put a curtain up to cover him going down the stairs? A bunch of these. Watch this. Ooh, okay. Like, there's a reason for that. Like, he doesn't want him walking steps on the news ever again. I went way over just because we were covering that, and I had so much other shit. Oh, good. We'll have to cover some of it later. I'm just gonna have to get back in because this is like live now on Fox. This surging gas prices, not good. And then is there some moral responsibility for the amount of people who are dying from raw milk and measles? Like, I think California has 7 times its normal measles cases right now. Again, I would rather hear the real number than the multitude, because again, it's just maggots who won't vaccinate their kids, which is fucking stupid. But they're going to give it to somebody else who hasn't had a chance to or can't afford it, right? And can I do one more quick thing? I just want to know what the fuck this is. I just have to. This is biblical curse hits Israel. Biblical plague hits Israel. This footage is insane. And Benny has started like AI washing his face to make himself look younger. That's a bee. They weren't in the Bible. They were locusts. I mean, at least. Sorry, is Israel being attacked by bees now?
Part of the reason why we are hastening the quick end to the war in Iran is...
And the end of the world, I think, right? Isn't that the... hold on. We have this... where is it? Oh, yeah.
Keep an eye out for the end times.
I am.
That we are tired of living through the book of Revelation every...
I'm sorry, you don't get to be tired of that. Look, Jesus can't come back unless all this shit happens. So if you don't like it, you don't like Jesus.
Single day, which chapter are we in? What you are witnessing here is the old city of Jerusalem having a massive missile hit within the shadow of the dome on the rock. The Al-Aqsa Mosque is what it's called. You can see the devastation to the old and ancient walls of...
Well, the new ones.
Jerusalem. You can imagine what the...
Yeah, that's not old and ancient. That's the reinforced concrete.
Missile would have...
Yeah, that's ancient rebar. Dear God. I pity if there's a fire at a Home Depot near his house, because he'll think that they are destroying our culture.
Done if it reduced that pile of rock to...
Well, look at that. Look at that. Hold on. Breaking news. Thank you, Andrea. Democrat Analia Maya wins the New Jersey special election to fill Governor Mike Sherrill's House seat. Yay! That's cool. That's cool. Just keep the hits just keep coming.
Rubble. What would it have done to the actual mosque?
Well, we just
itself?
got down to the scene of that hit. We could
If it actually hit it.
hear the thud from our hotel not far away. We're being pushed back by the security services now, but there's a massive crater in the ground over there on the...
That massive crater could have been the Al-Aqsa Mosque.
But it wasn't.
Of course, the reason why that's important is
because end times. And
keep an eye out for the end times. According to the scriptures,
it has to be rebuilt And then Trump has to go declare himself God in the middle of it.
They're going to try and
which he's already done. I guess he's checked that box.
Rebuild, at least some people's interpretation of the scriptures. They're going to try and rebuild a temple here at the Dome on the Rock. The Dome on the Rock has been a mosque for hundreds of years. Sorry, thousands of years. It was built in 690 AD. This is where the...
Yeah, that's not thousands, plural. It's about 1,400 years, give or take.
Old temple used...
Yeah, that I'll give you.
To be Solomon's temple. Perhaps you've heard of it. Christ.
Yeah, Alfie Solomon from Peaky Blinders. We make the brown bread, we make the white bread.
Jesus taught there. And just down the street, of course, was where Christ's crucifixion was, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Also...
Sorry, how's that pronounced? Sepulchre. How do you pronounce that?
Of course, was where Christ's crucifixion was, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre.
Okay, sure. Sepulchre. See, I always thought that was sepulcher, personally, myself, but you learn something stupid every day.
Also, of course, the Western Wall. These are...
Well, the little one.
Supposedly the...
Is there a big Western Wall? There would have to be, right?
Base of that temple. The holiest site in all of Judaism is right there. So really, it's literally just a city block is where the holiest sites in Christendom...
Islam and Judaism?
Islam and Judaism.
Yeah, you would have gotten there eventually.
They're all right there in the same block.
Yeah, we know. We've all seen Eddie Izzard's piece.
And so when I see missiles flying over these monuments...
I see. Yeah, because God gets really touchy about particular buildings.
To the biggest religions on earth... you sort of see it as a tinderbox, right? So there's the Dome on the Rock. One of
the biggest monotheistic religions on earth.
Holiest place.
And technically Buddhism isn't a religion. It's a sort of a system of spiritual and mental hygiene. But
Islam, there's the Western Wall. And then just feet away is the
little Western Wall.
Church of the Holy Sepulchre.
Or
there you can see
sepulcher, maybe.
More missiles just flying right over.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I don't know if this Prince of Peace might be needed right about now.
Here you can see the literal pathway up to the...
Yes, these are the ancient scaffolds that they put in to restore the ancient parts to new ancientness.
Al-Aqsa Mosque on fire because of a munition fired from Iran. And here are the wailing audio calls from inside of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre because the
I'm just going to have to let it go, aren't I?
Bombs are indeed dropping. So you can destroy, of course, and start a new holy war with the wrong missile.
Well, if Iran blew it up, does that fuck with the prophecy at all? You know what I mean? If it's a self-inflicted wound, is there anything in there? Or is it just got to go?
Thankfully, as far as I know, all of those holy sites are still standing.
As far as you know. I think you'd know.
The third temple has not been rebuilt.
Are you sure?
And
who's keeping count anyways? And dumb is right. That's right. That's exactly right. Ladies and gentlemen, Bend Over Johnson. As far as he knows, the temple has not been destroyed and rebuilt. As far as he knows. The jury's still out.
Oh, hello there.
All right.
Israel is now suing for peace with Lebanon. Trump saying he's going to host peace talks at the White House. It seems like things are de-escalating with Iran as well. However,
based on what?
A new biblical plague.
Excellent. Okay, we're going to raid Liberal Dan. All right, I'll let him. I'll bail out in 8 minutes. How about that? Right on the hour.
Has been loosed upon the
Biblical plague of bees swarm Israel as locals warned to stay indoors.
Nation state of Israel, and I think it's
GBN, Britain's news channel.
worth talking about, given the fact that we've just been covering sort of these signs of the Bible and signs of the end times.
Yes, I'm aware of that. I think we're all being very careful to
keep an eye out for the end times. And I feel like it's worth noting that...
Right, that's because you're stupid.
A biblical plague of bees.
There's no such thing as a biblical... It was locusts, fuckwad. We're short on bees right now. That's a good thing.
Swarming mass swaths of Israel and locals.
What'd they do? Shoot honey bombs? they just fired like... Are all the Iranian missiles filled with flowers?
Have been warned to stay indoors. Locals have been staying indoors because of the bombs, but now they're staying indoors because of the bees.
Yes, and Israeli families are having really uncomfortable conversations with their children about the bombs and the bees.
The bombs?
When a daddy bomb and a mommy bomb love bees very much.
Come from man, but the bees... They come from God?
Or they evolved?
I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, look in there. See if it says bees in the Bible.
You can see here.
Just do an alphabetical search.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Aardvark, asshole, anteater.
In Exodus, that there's quite a...
That's not in Revelations.
Tradition of God sending pests.
Yeah, it's almost like the place kind of has that issue. That a 7-year locust lives in the area, that insects tend to gather where there's very little food and stuff in the desert. So when you do have an oasis or you do have a city or a town, the bugs are going to fucking congregate there and you'll lose the ability to deal with them occasionally, especially if there's a war going on because people won't burn the right incense, which is, that's a Jewish problem, I suppose. They'll have to deal with it. I don't know. If you can't put out the right incense, the bees will gather. Fuck.
And bees and swarms and locusts.
Is there bees in there? Does it say bees?
In order to punish people.
What if they like them?
I don't know what's going on here. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we know you don't know what's going on.
This is what's happening.
Is what's happening.
See here in Exodus chapter 23 that God said he will have I will have the terror of me precede you, so I will throw into panic every nation you reach. I will make your enemies turn from you in flight.
Okay, so that's definitely not happening right now.
And ahead of you, I will send hornets to drive the Hittites and Canaanites and Hittites out of your...
The Hittites and the Canaanites and the Hittites. He didn't say Hittites twice.
Way. Once again, here in the book of Deuteronomy.
Yeah, bees aren't hornets. I don't want to get technical, but...
God says, moreover, the Lord your God will send hornets amongst them until those...
Which are not bees, for the record.
...who are left and those who are hiding from you are destroyed.
So they should be in Iran, I guess? Or sorry, is this the Christian God punishing Jews with bees? I think that's where he has to go, right?
Using hornets quite often.
Right, and not mentioning bees.
I sent the hornets ahead of you, which drove them, and the Amorites, Canaanites, Hittites.
You left out the Perizzites.
And Geshurites.
Girgashites?
And Jebusites out of your way. It was not your sword or your bow.
Yes, they just got annoyed with all the bugs and went, fuck this dump.
So, hornets being used as a...
That whole surrounding the town with a dung heap really helped.
As an attack.
Sorry, so the Jews are being driven out by their own God? Sorry, do these bees only sting Hittites? What the fuck are you talking about?
From God. And now, look at this. I mean, that's this footage is crazy. Look at this. These are all bees.
Yeah, I'm assuming so. None of them are hornets. Have you checked? Have you turned them over and looked up their skirts?
These are bees. Millions of bees suddenly swarm Israel. Authorities urge people to shut the doors and stay inside. I mean, look at that.
And there's still people going to the store.
You walk out there, you're going to get, I mean, you may
Well, if you're a Hittite.
die, actually. You walk out into a swarm of bees like that, and you get, like, look at that. I mean, that is like a biblical-looking plague right there.
That's why I only go to the store with a flamethrower in my trunk.
Now, don't take from me. I'm a simple Christian.
I don't know about, you're simple. I don't know about the Christian part.
So don't take it from me that I'm not declaring a
massive singular bee swarm overruns Netivot, Israel. Tens of thousands of honeybees swarm the southern Israel's commercial center. Netivot municipally urged residents to shop, stay indoors. Is it a biblical sign or deliberate sabotage? This photo shows that the local bee farm was destroyed. So a bomb landed on a bee farm and the hives broke open. So the bombs are from men and the bombs hit the bee. Okay. It just hurts sometimes. It's so dumb it fucking hurts. I
biblical plague on anybody.
Please read the last sentence.
I don't know.
Read the fucking post.
I'm just telling you that's something that happens in the Bible, okay? Tens of thousands of honeybees swarmed the southern Israeli city.
Which never happened in the Bible.
Municipality urged residents and shops to keep the doors and windows closed until beekeepers could safely remove the hives.
Yes, as it says in Deuteronomy, and blessed are the beekeepers. Oh, the meek.
Is it a biblical sign or sabotage? Photos show.
You didn't read the rest of it, motherfucker.
That beehives have been destroyed.
Shit, it's so stupid. Gee, I wonder where the bees came from. I wonder if God spontaneously created them out of nowhere. Could it possibly be something else? Uh-oh, he says. Shit.
I think I read something about this in a book once.
You didn't. You fucking didn't.
Biblical.
You didn't read the Bible. You didn't read this part. You were thumbing through the part and we're like, hornets? It says hornets a lot. That's not something somebody who's read the Bible a lot says.
They're literally getting hit with 10 plagues.
No, they aren't. They're not even being hit with one.
Okay. 10,000 bees. Come outside. Massive swarm of bees is bombarding southern Israel, the residents being advised to stay indoors. Israeli authorities are being sent to clear out the bees and find out where did the swarm come from.
It came from a local beehive that got knocked over.
Look at that. Imagine trying to open your car. Imagine opening your car. Hey, come on.
I would just get in through the back seat and crawl through the front.
This image is from Israel when humanity failed to take action against Israel. The bees stepped in. Whoa.
Look, notice he dropped the word cruel. Did you see that? Did you see him dump past? You know, I love his selective reading. It's so telling. Against cruel Israel.
When humanity.
Yeah, when humanity failed to take action against cruel Israel. What the fuck do you think that means?
Failed to take action against Israel. The bees stepped in. Whoa. Look at that. That's your car. Come on. Please open the door. Hop on in. Turn on the air conditioner. Yikes, dude. You're stuck. The biblical plague of thousands of bees has swarmed Israel, forcing residents indoors. The chaos.
I can't. It's so fucking dumb. I just fuck. Can he fucking not? It's like if somebody. It's kind of the same thing where people talk about like. Remember that scene when I think it was Joan Chen who is in On Deadly Ground, the Steven Seagal movie. She's Chinese and she's playing a Native American. And he says, "Can you ride?" And she says, "Of course, I'm a Native American." Secondly, they're in fucking Alaska and horses were not native to America at all. They came over with the Spanish. They didn't exist. The Apaches were one of the biggest ones and first to adopt them, and they became a warrior culture because they started using them. There was like the natural horse. You're like, oh God, you fucking dipshits. Of course, I'm a Native American. Shut the fuck up. A, no, you're not. And B, no, they didn't. Ugh. It's so sad. To be or not. Sorry. And a little mime to end the show. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Friday Eye. Friday Eye will be a Robless venture tomorrow. Frob, listen to me. Hey, look, I may misspeak sometimes, but at least I mention it. I point it out. Nothing wrong with that at all. Just don't pretend you meant to say it. So Rob can't be on tomorrow, but I will have an AI guest for sure. We'll have a nice little talk. And I will talk about a project that I'm doing and how far I have gotten with it. And be afraid, be very afraid. The AI stuff I'm doing right now may or may not be in the Bible. I know. So thank you. I appreciate that. My diction works. I just get ahead of myself, and my tongue is too big for my mouth. So sometimes it gets away from me. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else. Much love. And thank you for your patience today when I started a little bit late because of the current unpleasantness. And I will cover regular news as well. So don't be nervous if you're not like, if you're AI averse. But I will show you tomorrow how I make sure that the answers I get from AI are as fact-filled and true as they possibly can be. And it's a tip you can use as well. That'll be my, how do you like that for a tease? Okay, go see Liberal Dan. Tell him I said hi. We'll rate him. Much love to you guys. And I'll leave this. This song goes out to Trump and to Bend Over because they both deserve it. Because this is some bullshit. Can you dig it?
The screen glows bright with a crooked smile. Words spill out. All venom, no style. Promises made, they rot in the air. A handshake, a lie, a blank, cold stare.
Oh, hello there!
Puppets dance, the strings are tight.
Why are you dressed?
Shadows whisper in the dead of night.
Don't wreck our show, you hoser.
Bullshit!
That was just bullshit, Joe.
This is some bullshit.
That was just bullshit, Joe.
We see through it.
Bullshit!
This is some bullshit.
Now, the name of Zeus's butthole, did you get out of your cell?
We won't quit.
Hey, Tom!
This is some bullshit.
Leon's getting larger.
Captain's log.
Paper thin truths that crumble like ash. Golden thrones built on stolen cash. We raise our fists. We break the mold.
us, Motown. When they gaze upon Yosemites.
This is some bullshit. We see through it.
I don't read, obviously.
This is some bullshit. Can't undo it.
Action replays in magnified portion.
Say it loud.
Tariffs!
We won't quit.
Potatoes and chicken. Not good.
Bullshit.
Not good.
Keep an eye out for the end times.
Sportos, motorheads, geeks, sluts, bloods, wastoids, dweebies, dickheads. They all adore him. They think he's a righteous dude.